The CIA has released 13 million classified documents on its website, including top secret information on Project Stargate and UFOs. So, some fascinating documents have been released on the CIA website in a recent Freedom of Information Request Act. It basically happened due to pressure being put on the CIA by a Freedom of Information group called Muck Rock, who sued the CIA to force it to upload the collection. And a journalist called Mike Best crowdfunded more than $15,000 to visit the archives and print out and then publicly upload the records one by one. And all this put pressure on the CIA to release records that were only available at one location in the United States previously. So most of these archives were previously available. Apparently there are some new ones as well, but now they're online, which is awesome. And so just to go through quickly what some of the stuff has been released, perhaps the most interesting one is not actually to do with UFOs, it's to do with a project called Project Stargate, which was basically to do with the remote viewing program and the CIA. Apparently Uri Geller, who used to do the spoon bending on telly, apparently he was the one that started the CIA remote viewing program, which is where they use psychics to collect spy information by tapping into their third eye and going to remote locations, and so you can look inside a locked safe at documents in Russia and retrieve the information psychically. And this has long been interest of conspiracy theorists, but now it's been proved to be real as the CIA have released these documents. And there's some images that Uri Geller drew. He was locked in a separate room to where someone was drawing these images and asked to reproduce the images, and there's some of the ones, there's a picture of grapes, and he managed to perfectly reproduce the picture of grapes that was drawn in the room next to him. And another one of the solar system, he also managed to draw the solar system, so not exactly as it was drawn there, but very similar. He had it in a space rocket, and but pretty amazing. Geller says today, "It's hard for me to believe. I find it extraordinary that they would let this information out. They studied for me for months." And he was saying how they studied him at CIA, at the Stanford Research Institute, and at weapons centers in Maryland. It goes on to say, psychic research is still going on today, but it went deep. This is what Uri Geller said. Psychic research is going on today, but it went deep black. I can tell you that many intelligence agencies around the world, such as MI6, they all are engaging remote viewers. So this basically proves that the remote viewing phenomenon was real. Remote viewing projects. Project Stargate, run by the CIA. So look into that. Look up Project Stargate. It doesn't say exactly what the article is. I found this on a website called Metro UK, but it's covered on many of the websites. They've covered this Uri Geller interesting thing, and so that's amazing proof that Project Stargate and remote viewing is real. And what other documents have they got? They've got some fascinating documents. This is a document titled, where are we? Memorandum to Director of Central Intelligence, Flying Saucers, ER-3-2872. It's talking about how they can use the information on flying saucers for psychological warfare. And it's talking about how the public, a significant portion of the public is conditioned to believe in incredible phenomena, so they should cover it up because it called mass hysteria and panic. So it shows why they decided to cover up the UFO phenomena so early, back in October 2nd, 1952. So that's fascinating stuff. What else is there? There's a document here called, what document is it? It is, so just a Form SJ0 dated 9th of April 1976 UFO study, and it says referent beam material classified confidential at his request. Source seeks guidance from CIA UFO experts. So it shows the CIA had UFO experts in 1976 when officially they weren't looking into the phenomenon. What else is there? There's documents like doing research of foreign newspapers where there's like German scientists talking about how he worked on the production of man-made UFOs back in 1941, touching speeds of 2,200 kilometers per hour, but could go to 4,000, 12,400 meters altitude within 3 minutes. What else is there? There's found this funny document or analyses of flying saucers from Able to Zowie. It's discussing J. Allen Hynek. What is the other guys called? Donald Kehoe and Eric von Daniken, all authors of UFO books. And they're saying Able is like J. Allen Hynek because he used to work in the military UFO research project and went on to do his own research for 20 years. And Donald Kehoe, a retired Marine Corps, who talks about how he believes that advanced beings have far more advanced technologically than humans are reconnoitering the Earth. And then talks about von Daniken, and they call him a Zowie because he's a bit far out there, like, and talking about chariots of the gods, and how he refers to like Ezekiel's wheel as being a UFO and stuff like that. There's documents showing how the CIA was monitoring the Russians and what they were up to, and how there's a Russian document that the CIA had obviously cottoned on to, saying how the Russians believed the Belgian Triangle UFO, famous UFO sighting, was actually a secret USA project. Document talks about increased UFO sightings in 1952. No surprise there, because that's when the famous Washington DC UFO sightings were. There's some fascinating photos from 1962 and 1960, one from Sheffield, England, and one from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Images of UFOs. So there's some absolutely fascinating stuff out there. I suggest you do your research yourself. If you find any interesting documents, let me know, because I've obviously just found this is only released yesterday, so there's 13 million documents to look through. I haven't quite had time to look through them all yet. So if you find any fascinating stuff, let me know. Have a wonderful day. Bye.